In mathematics, we often have to deal with extremely large and extremely small numbers. For example, the distance from the Earth to the Sun is about 150 million kilometers. In chemistry, 1 mole is said to be 6 with 23 zeros afterwards particles. Now, when dealing with these numbers, it's going to be really impractical to have them written out in their extended form. So standard form is a unique, compact way of writing these numbers. So let's take the example of the mole. This 6 with 23 zeros written after it. Is there a quick way of writing it? Well, standard form is a way of writing a number as some smaller number that we say is going to be between 1 and 10, and we're multiplying it by 10 to the power of something. So we can take big numbers like the two examples we have above and write them in a more compact way. So if we take the example of the mole, what number do we think is going to be written as our n? Well, it's going to be the 6 out the front. Is 6 between 1 and 10? Well, it is. And then we're multiplying it by a power of 10. What do we have to multiply by 6 to get our number up here? Well, if there's 23 zeros, it's going to be to the power of 23. We take our example of the distance from Earth to the Sun. We want to find a number, our number between 1 and 10, which we can then multiply by a power of 10 to give us 150 million. So in this case, our number between 1 and 10 is 1.5, and we're multiplying it by 10 to the power of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to make it 150 million. So let's look at an example. Our previous two examples were big numbers. Now we're going to look at a small number, so 0.000025. So again, we're going to have to look at for a number between 1 and 10 that we're going to then multiply by a power of 10. So in this case, our number between 1 and 10 is going to be 2.5. Now, it's not going to be 25 because that would be bigger than 10. We're then going to multiply it by a power of 10. But in this case, we've got to say, well, actually, we're not multiplying it by a power of 10. We're dividing it by a power of 10. So our power is going to be negative. And it's going to be negative 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Because we're dividing it by 10 to the power of 5. Have a look at our next example. 637.932 times 10 to the 4. Now, on first glance, that may look like it's in standard form because we're multiplying it by 10 to the power of 4. Problem is, our number out the front is not between 1 and 10. It's not between 1 and 10. So in this case, our number between 1 and 10 would be 637.932. So here we've divided this number here. We've divided this number here by another 10 to the power of 2. So we've got to represent that in our power up here. So we've already got 10 to the power of 4. We've got an extra 10 to the power of 2 because of those two digits that are going the other side of the decimal point. So we're going to end up with 10 to the power of 6.